love, family. We back in the building. Yeah. We back in the building. I think I got to move my mic so it don't interfere, you know what I'm saying, to my aesthetics, with my aesthetics, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Welcome to the show. Let's see if we can get this started, get this shared. Man, y'all helped me out last night, man. Let me tell you. Because at the end of the day, we ain't in these algorithms, man. But man, y'all definitely help out with your shares and your thumbs up, man. And you know what I mean? Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. You get this thing moving. You know what I mean? We start off real small now. You see how small we start now? What up, CEO? What up, CEO? How you doing, family? Yeah, make sure you share this. Because definitely they don't want us in the algorithm. I think I'm gonna start doing a daytime jump in live stream to try to get my weight up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want views. I want views and all that. Not at the expense of my integrity. Yeah, not at the expense of my integrity. But don't that just sound great? Integrity. Now somebody told me today, like, you can't even speak English right. Like that's a jab at me. I say, well, you speak European English rather good for the both of us. Thank you so much for the compliment. Hey, you can't speak English right. Oh, that's a compliment. Shoot, I thought they had me fully tricked. Turn the mic up. Yeah, I thought they had me fully gone. You know what I mean? Shoot, talking about. You know what I mean? You can't speak English right. I can't. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Shoot, I'm feeling real good. I can't speak English right. Dude, that's a sign. I escaped. it still managed to survive. You know what I mean? Dude. Anyway, man, I'm just gonna share this. Family, if you don't see me often, I'm gonna tell you why. I ain't gonna be like Umar. I ain't gonna say the catchword, the C app all the time. I mean, that's it. Anthony Bryant, where your brother at? Where your brother at? Where your brother? Oh, that sounds like it's crackling, bro. I can't let it crackle like that. It's crackling in my ear. I can hear it too. It's not sounding studio. I mean, where your brother at? That's what I want to know. Where he at? That's right. Where is he at? That's right. Let me see if I can balance this out together. Where is your brother at, Anthony? Yeah. But anyway, family, we got to get back into the groove of what we was talking about. We got to get back in the groove of what we was talking about because Umar is just acting like ain't nothing going on. What up, Thurman Smart? Where you been at? Thurman Smart, where you from, man? I'm going to bring a lecture to your city. Where you at? Where you at? There go Gregory. Gregory Bryant. They used to call me Gregory Hines when I was young. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Gregory. Gregory and Anthony, they used to call me Gregory Hines. I think they think everybody with a little large eyes all look the same. Gregory Hines. That's why they can't get me mad on the internet. I grew up, man, my friends that I grew up with, they were brutal. They called me Gregory Hines, Kermit the Frog. What else they used to call me? Y'all remember the store called Pearl Vision Center? A friend of mine used to say that my eyes were so big that I am the mascot for Pearl Vision Center. You know what I mean? Oh, man, my homeboys was brutal. You know what I'm saying? Brutal. They were brutal. Yeah. I should bring them on the show one day. They were brutal. They still funny to this day. You know what I mean? That's why you can't get me mad on the internet. Speaking of homeboys and day ones, do anybody know any of Umar Johnson day ones? I think that's another thing we need to use as a red flag. When a person do not have day ones. Don't y'all think so? Don't y'all think? Shouldn't that be a determining factor if you are going to represent us in any capacity? Like, who are your day ones? Who did you grow up with? Where did you grow up? Where is Auntie? Where is Miss Jane? Or Miss Janie or something. I mean, where is that? I mean, shouldn't that be something? Shouldn't like for instance, you say, okay, Tahaka Bay, you talking all of that, then you need to do a show with some people that you grew up with. Well, family, if you go through my page, you'll see something. Especially if you go on Facebook, because I do a lot of that on Facebook. But I think that should be the test. You know what I mean? Anybody ever seen Umar Johnson day ones? We haven't seen TARIQ NASHEED day ones. We haven't seen Umar Johnson day ones. We haven't seen Grandmaster Jade day ones. Huh? So it depends. If you moved around a lot as a kid, you won't have day ones. But if you grew up in a location, yeah. But and you're right about that, Cryptonomics. You're right about that. But Dr. Umar represents Philadelphia. So he implies that he's homegrown Philly. You know what I mean? And because his father is a Muslim and Muslim culture is very prevalent in Philly, it fits the bill. So we need to know his day ones. I mean, no family, no friends ever around, nor to defend him. Yes, very strange, unheard of to me. And then another thing, family, when these people come out to Malik Muhammad response, where is their family that support their endeavor? Where is their family? You know, when you like for instance, if anybody follow me on the Moorish science side of this conversation, because Moorish World TV is bipartisan. I mean, Moorish World TV is bipartisan. You understand what I'm saying? It's bipartisan, meaning that Moorish World TV is for any and everybody within our community, no matter what you call yourself or what you decide to be this week. You want to be more this week, that's all right. Moorish World TV is for you. You want to be Scientologist next week, that's all right. Moorish World TV is for you. You want to be whatever you want to be, Moorish World TV for you. The whole thing about it is you might get your feelings hurt if you fall on the wrong side of common sense. But nevertheless, if you were on my Facebook page, then you would actually see, like, you actually even see my mother. I even post my mother sometimes on here. They attack my mother sometimes, you know what I mean? Mama almost 75 years old, and they troll my mother. Hey, listen, they troll my mother. Y'all remember that Inky episode, and he had the rabbit people? They was trolling my mother. Oh, man.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me on my podcast.
They was trolling my mama. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, mama, they getting you. They was something, man. They was trolling my mama. My mama going on 75 years old, man. That my baby there. But that's what I'm saying, though. Where is these people, family that support their endeavor? That's what blows me away. They don't have no family that supports their endeavors. I mean, you should at least have one ride or die family member that come out into the public and support your endeavor, wouldn't you think? Like, even if your children go left on you, you should have somebody, a sister, cousin, auntie, that's my nephew, somebody. But you don't get nothing. Come on now. But with that being said, family, let me thank you for all your support. Let me throw this C app up in there. Anybody wish to support, I definitely appreciate you. What you do is you will help the show go on when I am should be working. You know what I mean? Because if I got to work, I got to work. But let me tell you something. Sometimes this support from a Cash App or whatever the case may be, sometimes it make me say, man, I'm gonna take off today and I'm gonna do a big show, and I get Moochie on the line and we do some research, and then boom, we knock one out the park. But anyway, with that being said, as Cryptonomics said, back to the schedule, back to your regularly scheduled program. Let's get back with this sister real quick and let's catch up.
However, he visits his mom a lot, and she's in Philly, so I just was confused. I was like, how are you talking about being a pillar and how black men are so needed in families today, but you're not even an active dad? He was not an active father. He said it. He confirmed it. I can back this young lady up. He did say that. He was not going to be there. And on top of that, he was saying that he would like to, in the future, every 2 weeks out of the month, go to Ghana. He practices Ifa, which is African spirituality. We were talking about that for a while because I'm kind of versed in it as well. And so when we were talking, I was asking him, I was like, so you never got married? He said, oh no, I never got married to any of those women. But he dated a lot. And I could tell that he was a playboy because he was very, very flirtatious. Very. And also I noticed too, his personality is much different in person than it is online. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a woman or something like that, but he's not as animated. He seems more hyped up when he's like on a podcast or online, really engaging. He was not as engaging in person. And I felt like that was interesting. I was having to ask him questions. He didn't really ask me questions. It's almost like we had lunch just for me to ask him questions. And I didn't really like that because it was supposed to be a back and forth discussion. And so we were talking about a variety of topics. He is extremely flirtatious. And that was the last time I met up with him, probably the last time, because it was very aggressive because I'm in a relationship. And when I had met up with him last year, I told my...
I do kind of agree what someone was saying about, somebody said last show, like she was in a relationship, but she going to have lunch with Umar. But, you know what I mean, if she's in a relationship with someone that's confident and she thinking that she's doing the uplifting work with a person who is also an activist, then I don't see nothing wrong with that. But him being overly flirtatious, come on, Umar. But hey, that's his style. GS, we were on a radio show together a few years ago. You will remember once we talked. We was on the radio show. What was the name of the show, Brother Malik Muhammad? What's the radio show?
My partner, like, I'm going to go have lunch with Dr. Umar. He was like, what the fuck? So he was like, yeah, go have lunch and come back and let me know how it goes. But y'all, before I go back to seeing my boyfriend, on my life, when we left, I gave him a hug. He was like, He said, the women got to have booty. And I was like, what? He said, you got to have booty. If I'm talking to you, you gotta have booty. Can you cook? I was like, yeah, I can cook.
Umar said, can you cook? Nicole Moore, where you been at, sis? Thank you, Nicole. Nicole just hit the Cash App. Thank you. Thank you, Thurman Smart. Appreciate y'all.
He was like, good. So you can cook and you got booty. And he was backing up from me. He said,
Nicole Moore, it's time for you to come join the temple, sis. We got things cooking. We coming to your neighborhood soon. That's right.
He said, business before back shots. Business before back shots.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. That's been a minute ago. We gotta get with Sister Melly Queen again.
I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. And mind you, I'm in a fucking relationship. So I was like, what do you mean business before back shots, nigga? Like, what? So he's laughing to himself and he goes back to his car because he was going to go back to Philly to go take care of his mom. And I was like, I can't see this fool again. Because what do you mean business before back shots? Sir, no back shots are being given. What? Because...
He went straight into character order.
Business before back shots? Whose back are you shooting? Because it's not mine. The fuck? So, extremely flirtatious. Very much so. I remember asking him too, like, are you and Sukihana like a thing? Because I know she's from Delaware too. I was like, do y'all, are y'all fucking? I was asking him too. I was like, are you and Suki like a thing? Like you, because I know she's from Delaware too. I'm like, are y'all fucking? Like, and he was like, no, we're friends. That's my girl. She got her own restaurant in downtown Wilmington somewhere. Sure. When you say to me, business before back shots, and you and Suki are just friends, highly doubt it, because she got a big booty too. Anyway.
No, this is not his daughter. This is a sister that met up with him to discuss some endeavors as it relates to activism that Umar talks about. But he went to back shots on her. Miss Sun Goddess, that's what's going to have to happen. Let me tell y'all, what's going to happen is people are going to have to come out, and it got to be the sisters, and they got to tell their stories. I'm here for the interviews. I am one of the greatest interviewers on this social media platform thing called YouTube. Though I am blackballed and what you call it, a shadow ban, but that would be a fire interview. I mean,
anyway, I say all this to say this young lady is telling the truth. He is a deadbeat father, extreme hypocrite, and huge flirt. This is not the black man you think he is. He's loyal. He got a wife at home. He take care of his kids. He's not that type of black man. He is, he spreads his seed. He told me he only got 2 kids. I feel like it's more. He's not visiting his children. He's not paying child support. And these things came out of his own fucking mouth. Okay? So I believe this young lady, and I just had to wait.
Dr. Umar's daughter just got on here and said, hey, your favorite black activist is a deadbeat father. He didn't even stay with the black queen that he chose to impregnate. Right? Now this.
So these are reaction videos, family, and I just thought it was interesting that people are chiming in. And I think, I'm going to keep it a whole stack. I think that people need to start chiming in and kind of shut this stuff down, man. Because, I mean, come on. How far is people going to let this go? I mean, how long people going to let this go? You know what I mean? It just goes on and on. Does it ever end? You know what I mean? So, hey, I'm here for it.
It's all alleged. But she says she has DNA test proof. Dr. Umar, listen. If this is true, you deserve 1,000 lashes. In all seriousness, though, we gonna need her to drop that paperwork. We gonna need her to drop that DNA test paperwork because we can't just go off the road.
Absolutely, you can call in, brother.
But if Dr. Umar Johnson is a deadbeat father,
I'm gonna put the number out in a minute.
Need 1,000 lashes on Instagram live. Crazy thing is, so I went to her page. I checked her page in her bio. It says that she's from Philly. I said, oh man, fuck. Dr. Umar is from Philly. Like, it just makes a lot of sense. And then he said, she said that she has another sister on his side. You know what I'm saying? And she's just trying to find her. But she from Philly and everything. I'm gonna tag her.
No matter what you preach, your action will always speak for you.
I don't know who that is. I don't think that's his daughter right there. That's somebody else. So I'm gonna let that go. But yeah, so I was just giving a reaction. I don't know. That's somebody else's reaction, but it looked like she was trying to be too sexy. I I ain't want to get to Yeah, all the sisters need to come out on Umar. Yeah, I want to read Umar's response in a second, but yeah, you're welcome to call in if you want to call in. So this is what I was going to do yesterday. Here is one of Umar's response. Somebody says, this here. Let me get that out the way. Here is Umar, one of Umar's response. Dr. Umar. Then this is on Garvey Day. He says, family, this is your greatest, one of your greater podcasters here. He says, good Garvey Day. Good Garvey Day, as I don't live in the, hold up, let me see if I got this block. Okay, there we go. He said, good Garvey Day, as I don't live in the prison of other people's opinion, and I have no interest in discussing nor explaining my private life with any of you, my 15 years as the most relevant, or as my 15 years of the most relevant, requested scholar, orator, activist, Pan-Africanist in the world, has made it clear to me that the Negro public is only interested in laughs at the expense of other people's misery. Neither the coonocracy nor YouTubian struggle streamer community could care less about the truth of this situation. Well, he got a good comeback, though. I got to give him that. With that being said, please ask the little girl, why is she seeing Umar when she has a man? Because, listen, let's stop for a second. Some people do believe that Umar is a bona fide activist. And some people will reach out to Umar to assist in the activism, even if they have a man. So everything is not sexual or trying to get thought it out or whatever you choose to call it. I mean, come on, give some people the benefit of the doubt. Every woman is not like that. Some women are really interested in being a part of what they think is a movement. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt because she did say she had a man, and she may have told him she had a man. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I just thought it was interesting that she is confirming the daughter's story to a degree from her experience. Anyway, it said, with that being said, please ask the little girl to stand on business. The little girl, that's his daughter. Please ask the little girl. This guy's a nut. Like, for real, this make me feel like this is your daughter. You like, I mean, please ask the little girl to the little girl. Like, and listen, Umar's supposed to be some sort of psychologist, school psychologist, right? He's supposed to be some school psychologist. But let's do some head examination on Umar. When he says little girl, he literally detaches himself.
Call from
Malik Muhammad.
To accept, press 1.
Peace, Malik Muhammad. How you doing, brother?
Brother, Islam, it's good to hear from you, Grand Sheik. I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Assalamu alaikum, Islam. I'm doing wonderful, brother.
Wa alaikum salam. It's great to hear from you. Before we go any further, I've been following you for a long time. Right. I just don't comment and all that because I'm doing my own thing, man. I'm doing my own thing. But I know you know Tashaka Sankofa from the Street Law Soldiers.
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
I'm his West Coast representative, man. So I got my hands in everything. But I know who you are.
You know what you need to do.
Plus, you remember we were on that show with Millie Queen, and by the way, I talked to her a couple weeks ago. She'll be bringing the show back in a couple of weeks. But just let me educate the people, man, and I get off the line.
Let me add this too. I'll be in touch with Shaka, but I'll be busy so much. So why don't you take the responsibility out of my hand, and you and Shaka set up to come on the show together?
You serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, because I talked to him this morning. I talk to him every day.
And I doing his thing.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I opened up a rites of passage program for the first time under the Street Law Soldiers. I got 3 young boys, man. I got out of juvenile hall about 3 years ago. No funding, no nothing.
We need those types of stories, brother.
That's what
we do.
Put me on the line. I could either talk or you could ask me questions. But I've been working with Lenore Honor, a brother named KKC, Black Anonymous, and a whole lot of others, man. We send each other information, man, especially to Lenore, because he's doing a documentary that people don't even know about. I've seen 2 or 3 parts of it already. It's going to be dynamite when it's finished. Yeah, absolutely.
He's doing a good job of keeping up and keeping the pace. Keeping the pace with what's going on with Dr. Umar, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I just want to tell the people, look, they need to stop being in denial and understanding that Umar Johnson is running a scam. Playing in their face with them nice caps that they commenting on, those nice outfits. Umar's whole life only exists because of the money pit school that he bought, in which the people continue to fund. If you took the microphones, the cameras, and the stages away from Umar Johnson, he would be an educated, homeless bum, no different than educated and homeless bums that I met under freeways here throughout the state of California and abroad. And Grand Sheik is really just that simple.
And you know, and one of the things that I point out too, brother, is something that you say that because that's the example that I use with Grand Sheiks in the Moorish Science Temple of America, quote unquote, because I don't think that they really doing what the prophet got them doing or what the prophet intend for us to do. And I say without Moorish science, these people would have nothing to live for. I mean, nothing to make a living from.
That's it.
Nothing.
That's it. And this is why I don't understand why people get. Well, I do understand because Black people are the most gullible people in the world. Malcolm talked about in 1964, Grand Sheik. I'm from Oakland, and I'm a former junior Panther under the teachings and guidance of the late Dr. Huey P. Newton. So I'm not the same as most of these and I'm a grandfather. But Malcolm said at a speech in Berkeley, California in April of 1964 that black people accept anybody as a leader. Black people will follow anybody anywhere. It doesn't take much requirement outside of, number one, like Umar being a great speaker, knowing how to throw around fancy words, halfway educated, and look halfway decent. Shortly thereafter, Grand Sheik, that's when Martin Luther King, of course, after Malcolm was assassinated, but right around 67, 68, the year he was assassinated, that's when you notice, and the history books show, what's that famous saying that Martin Luther King ended up saying that Malcolm had predicted? I think I ran my people into a burning building. Yeah. Because black people will let anybody lead them anywhere. No questions, no accountability, just like with Umar. Don't ask him any questions. You could be a follower. He'll cuss you out. He'll block you. Who would follow someone that treats and talks to them and disrespects them like that openly? And the biggest problem that we have in this country, see, I'm an educator. I'm 30 units from having a PhD myself, Grand Sheik. I got brothers and sisters that was getting PhDs when Umar Johnson was still shitting in his diaper. So I'm not impressed. I came from a family home, a father, a grandfather, uncles, aunties, and then the village and the community. Let me say this and I'm going to let you go, brother. The biggest problem we have from being misled is that you have so many men and women, and I'm not even going to say youngsters, because these be old folks like this brother, we on lock, grown-ass grandfathers defending Umar Johnson. Yeah. The problem is that these are mostly people, Grand Sheik, and you know this. I know your work, brother. You know you already said we done been on the show together. Right. I know your work.
Yes, sir.
These are men and women that are not used to having access to half-ass crazy, half-ass educated men like Umar, so they defend them as if he's a god, because he may be the only half-ass smooth-talking black man they'll ever have access to. See, man, you don't have that problem.
Yeah, and you know,
I work with PhDs all day, every day, all my life. One more thing, and you can ask your questions and I'm done. The first two PhDs I knew about came out of my home in West Oakland with my two older brothers that wasn't born with spoons in their mouth. Get the hell out of here with I'm the most educated. You are the most requested con artist, schemer, drifter, gifter, gabber. That's what you are. And until our people wake up, they are going to continue to get, whether it's Umar Johnson in any other category in his life. When you remain in denial, when you have an Umar addiction like most of his listeners and followers have, you are going to get what you deserve. Go right ahead, Grand Sheik, and thank you for the opportunity to talk, brother. I appreciate it. Because you know what I do, man. It's my job to wake my people up, period.
Absolutely. And my father used to say this all the time to me. He has transitioned now. He used to always say to me, he used to get loud. He was like, I done dined with kings and philosophers and scholars, but I done camped out with vagabonds.
There you go.
So some people have not had that type of broad experience, and so when they hear one like Umar that knows how to use those catchwords, because what it is those trigger words.
And let me throw this in, what you saying that. It goes right along with you saying, right quick. And then they must remember his so-called degrees is in what? Psychology. So he's trained to know how to trick them into... Grand Sheik, this is, I came up with the Jim Jones thing, man, in West Oakland. It happened over in San Francisco. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, see, this is an entirely another telephone ringing. See, this is what we do, Grand Sheik. and what he's doing. No, I'm very, very serious.
No, I feel you, brother. I can't wait to get you on the show.
Jim Jones started the same way. Smooth talking. A white man. Not only was he so smooth and got all of those people to follow him, it is so bad, brother. It was so bad. Matter of fact, the mass grave is in my home city in Oakland. I'm about an hour away in a city called Stockton, California.
Right.
But the mass grave from Jim Jones, and I knew families that got killed over there. Let me tell you what Umar Johnson can do. We had people that had never been out of San Francisco. He had people that had never been out of the state of California. Yet he smooth talked them so much, he got them to get a passport and go to the other side of the country. This is dangerous, brother. It's dangerous. And our people better wake up because he's misleading young and innocent minds like I have 13 grandchildren. It's dangerous, Brother Sheik.
Hey, brother, listen. I really want you to email me or text me. The number is in the chat, brother. I want to bring you on Sankofa on for your own show.
I don't. Sankofa as soon as I get off the phone.
I don't have no questions. I want to bring you back ASAP. All right.
Absolutely. I'm the one been educating the street law soldiers on this because, like I told you, I've been working with Lenore Honor. But remember, I'm from West Oakland, okay? I can smell and see a Umar Johnson 3 blocks away because having a degree don't mean nothing. Let me leave you with this, family. I work with organizations that feed the homeless, the unhoused, because black people are the face of all of that. Some of the most educated people in the world that sleep under freeways, in wet boxes, and shit and piss in 5-gallon buckets have PhDs.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and light, black man.
Peace, brother. Don't forget.
Hit me back right now, man.
There we go, brother. You up next.
I'm right here. I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna get on there and tell it all. Brother Shaka tell you. You know who I am.
That's absolutely. You up next, brother.
Who I am.
You up next on Moorish World TV. All right?
I'll take care of it. I'll get on the show right now with my general.
Let's do it. Peace, my brother.
Peace, love, and light. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So listen. Mellow street vibes. Come on, man. You can't disrespect the guest, brother. You can't disrespect the guest. Every guest is not going to cater to what you like. So come on, be respectful. Be respectful. This guy is sincere. I know the brother. He's a comrade of mine. So come on, brother. You got to be respectful, bro. You got to be respectful. You know what I mean? It's okay when we do the shows that you like, and people don't be wanting to hear that. So, brother, show the same respect, brother. Come on, this is an elder that deserve all the respect in the world. All right, we got another call.
Call from
CBD Hemp Life.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Welcome to Moorish World TV. I'm your host, the host with the most. I hope you keep it clean, but come on, tell me what you mean.
What's happening, Moorish World TV? I got some nuggets for you today. Right?
Oh yeah. Let's get the nuggets going. I used to like chicken McNuggets, but I like my nuggets vegan now. So come on with it. And gold nuggets are even better. What you got? Chicken or gold nuggets?
I got some gourmet stuff for you.
What you got, brother?
First of all, I need you to write these 3 points down. Moorish World TV.
I got a pen.
I want to let the audience know that this is Chief X, right?
Oh my goodness! Here we go.
On your side.
Here we go.
I'm on your side with this, right?
Chief X, but let me tell you something about you, Chief X. Man, you will switch up on me with unprovoked. I'm like, how we do this? But that's a subject for another time. What you got for me? I'm gonna write down these 3 things, Chief X. How you been anyway?
So I've been great.
That's something. I didn't even recognize your voice. That's something. But
cool.
I haven't heard from you so long.
X. Cool. This is Chief X. I loved your show yesterday. You was totally on point. And I'm so glad people are addressing Umar Johnson right now, right?
Right.
So first of all, this is the first point I want you to do, and this is going to require a whole show on its own. These
Okay.
3 points I'm about to make. You're going to love it, right? So first of all, when Dr. Umar Johnson came into the conscious community, he came into the conscious community under his title was Minister of Education for the UNINA, Marcus Garvey's movement, the chapter in Philadelphia. Are you following me so far?
Hold up. UNIA chapter. Man, yeah, this is good history. You know, I like history. And Minister of Information.
Okay, so UNIA is Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife is a part of the UNIA here in Baltimore.
Okay, cool. So in Philadelphia, Dr. Umar Johnson, when he first stepped upon the scene, nobody knew him at this time. He was the Minister of Education.
Education, okay.
For the chapter in Philadelphia of the UNIA, Marcus Garvey's movement. Now, a lot of people don't know this. I have, and I'm going to shoot it to you. I'm going to text it to you. This is going to cause a whole new show.
Man, you got to come on the show, bro, because you're gonna have to explain. Text it to me, but we got to schedule you a show after I get my brother sober.
Right, listen.
Come on with it.
I don't understand why people ain't contacting me yet to go on Umar, because I'm the one.
I've already got you. I got you now. Let's go. What else?
I first exposed this cat years ago when everybody was on my ass for doing it, right?
Right.
So he was the Minister of Education for the UNIA in the Philly chapter, right? He started trying to start, because I have his letter of resignation, because the elders of that organization in Philly didn't trust him.
Okay.
They didn't trust him. Why? Because he began to start a building fund.
What?
For the UNIA, yes. For the UNIA in Philadelphia. What about this business fund, Chief X? Excuse me, building fund, Chief X. They were skeptical about him because they were missing some money. A check was missing because people started to donate to the building fund for them to have a whole new building and facility in Philly. He stole some money, which was about $369 of this business fund.
Oh, my goodness, Umar.
Nobody knew Umar at this time. So what I'm trying to tell you is he came into the movement scamming money for a building fund, which is the same thing that he's doing now. I'm going to send you this resignation letter, and you're going to read it, and you're going to be like, wow, why nobody has talked about this?
Well, Chief X,
right?
do this for me. Make sure you put your name beside it, because I get a lot of texts and a lot of calls on the number, and I'm going to call you tomorrow, and we're going to set up a whole show to discuss this as I review it. What you think about that?
Okay, cool. Cool. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be stoked and excited about this, like why nobody knew this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, who are part of this movement and were higher ranked than him in the UNIA didn't trust him because they felt he was stealing money and scamming the people, trying to start a building fund and embezzle the money from the building fund. Nobody at this time. Okay? This is how he jumped off his start in the conscious community. This is before he was on SLANDER TV.
Ooh.
This is before all of that. And I'm going to send you the letter and the documentation. I'm not jiving nobody. Notate that point. Now, secondly, the building he has in Delaware. I'm a former realtor. I was the first one to expose Umar Johnson because I used to do real estate, and I understand. He went to St. Paul College, I think it was in Virginia, and did a video stating that he wants to open up a boarding school for boys and kids.
Mm.
And he made a video on the property. I don't know if everybody remembers it. This is the
I
first
remember.
day. Okay, yeah. So this is the first day. So what I did at this time, since I'm a realtor and I understand people selling property, and he wanted this building. I called this Jewish man who owned the St. Paul College School, and I asked him, did Umar Johnson give you a good faith estimate? Meaning, in real estate, when you're interested in a property, whether you get it or not, the first thing you do is give them a good faith estimate, and you deposit money
There you
into
go.
escrow to make sure the owners or whoever you're dealing with in business know you're serious.
Right.
He never did a good faith estimate. He never put no money in escrow. And when I seen that, I said, he's scamming the people. He was not interested in opening up a school. This was a scam from the get-go, right? And me and this realtor, the Jewish man, talked for at least 45 minutes. He said Umar Johnson came on the St. Paul College property and told him what he wanted to do. He said Umar sounded intelligent, but he really didn't want to sit down and talk to him. I said, Umar didn't want to sit down and talk to you about the college? He said, no. He said he just wanted to make a video and post it on YouTube. And he's thinking about doing a boarding school for boys. And that was it. So the guy was pissed that Umar jived him about St. Paul College. People don't even know this. This video I made went viral on Facebook. And friends of mine and everybody at this time, years ago, said, take the video down, Chief X. Umar is real. And nobody believed me. And I just ended up taking the video down.
Well, I tell you what, Chief X, I have the video, and we'll go over that. I have all the receipts, so yeah, we'll go over that. And what's the last one?
Okay, now, just to add on to part B of what I was just saying, the building he's bought in Delaware, he did not buy outright. I was a former realtor.
He got a mortgage?
Listen, I'm gonna break it right down right now. I called my broker to ask her to check who's on the deed of this property.
No. You did not do the same thing that I did to TARIQ NASHEED, did you?
Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. Trust me. Umar Johnson, people think Umar owns that building outright. Nope. He's on what you call, write this down, a second deed trust. What a second deed trust means is a person cannot get normal financing on a property, a building, so they have to do alternative financing. So his nonprofit was not legit, so no lender is going to give him a loan for that property in Delaware. So what he has to do is get a second deed trust, meaning he has to go to the owners and they have to do alternative financing. So they give him a little personal loan. He didn't put all that money down, what people think. They give him a little personal loan, and he pays the owner's payment every month.
Man,
so
come
the
on.
real owners are on the first deed trust. He's on the second deed trust, meaning basically he's renting it.
I know what you're talking about. I know you're talking
to
about
allow his scam to go down.
That's
so this is when people pull up the paper, right? Well, so when people pull up the paperwork, they think he's the owner and bought the building, but that's not the case.
But yeah, that's kind of like somebody jump in and want to be a hard lender, and they just give you a crazy rate, and it looks like you can't really trace it down. Like I'm talking about an independent hard lender. You can't really trace it down, and it appears that they got it right out. But and then you find out that,
exactly. I'm so glad you're smart enough to understand this. People think he owns it outright. Nope.
Chief X,
he didn't have.
Synnex, are you available Saturday or Sunday? Between you and Brother
I'm
Malik,
available 24/7.
Text me right now. Let me get the next caller. I appreciate you, brother.
No, let me get to one last thing.
All right.
People have to understand this. This is the last thing.
You getting the whole show, brother.
Okay, this is the last thing. I'm going to make it quick. Umar Johnson has a degree, educationally, a PhD in psychology. He cannot be called a psychologist because I've worked in social services forever. he can't be called a psychologist or a therapist or any of until you complete your internship under a real psychologist for at least a year. He never did that. All he did was complete his educational requirements for a PhD. So he can legitimately call himself Dr. Umar Johnson, but he cannot say I'm a psychologist or a therapist until he completes about a year or a year and a half of internship under a psychologist.
And with that, he cannot administer any type of medicine. He cannot do anything that bona fide psychiatrist, psychologist does either.
Right. So psychiatrist is actually an MD. A psychologist is a PhD.
Right.
People confuse these things. So he can't do none of that. Those 3 points, I just wanted you to notate, and we can discuss it further. But people have no clue about those 3 points about Dr. Umar Johnson.
Well, I tell you this: when I find out what's Malik availability, and then because I talked to him, and then you right behind Malik, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. All right, let's get it.
All right.
I appreciate
I'm
you.
out.
All right, cool. All right.
Call from.
Mellow Street Vibes.
To accept, press 1.
Peace, Mello. Come on, Mello. What you got for me, brother? You just told me I'm dragging the show out, and now here you come. What you got for me?
You know it's all love, GS. Me and you network together. You
my guy.
You know I never disrespect.
No,
you know,
my
I never
guy.
disrespect.
But sometimes we gotta have patience for those who they might be off base as it relates to the title, but it's still relevant to the conversation. So I had to learn. You know, anybody been watching me long enough? I used to cut people off all the time. I mean, I didn't got a little bit chill, man, because some people, just like Chief X just did, he just gave a bombshell. And if he got that receipt, like I believe that he does have, that he sent it to me, man, that's a good show in itself to see the receipts of this manipulation and misinformation that has been spread across these internet streets, claiming that Umar actually owned the building right out, that Umar started off as a schemer, scammer for the break. Yeah, that's an interesting story. But bro, the floor is yours. What you got for me?
Yeah, so I just seen the video, and I was just like seeing what's going on with Umar and his daughter, and then I just seen his behavior lately, and you had pointed it out early that, you know, he's not like 100% solid. And I remember me and you talking, and you know, he has a way with words, like you were saying. He can bedazzle you with words. He spit a lot of facts. But recently, I've been seeing him like legitimizing himself with like a lot of social media influencers. I don't know, Drewski, whatever the guy's name.
Drewski, he had an ad up for 21 and 1. The art of dialogue is solid, but it seems like he's pimping himself out. That's what it seems like. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it seems like. It seems like he's pimping himself out. Even if you on big platforms like the art of dialogue, or what's the guy that was with Nick Cannon, and now Drewski, and all of these big podcasts. It seems like he's pimping himself out. That's what it seems like.
Even some I don't even know their name. Like he was on one, I don't know if it was a brother, and he was dating a white woman. Like he's just being known for like going against interracial dating. Now, I mean, there's no problem if you're telling black men to stay with black women. The minister did it, but the minister's not known for that alone. So right now you got like a lot of women going on TikTok and Instagram, and they saying snow bunnies, no honeys, whatever he says.
You got to understand that Umar Johnson is the conscious shock jock. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got to say things shocking to remain relevant. So after the snow bunny thing, it'll be something else. It'll be it's like a Rudy Ray Moore era for this guy. I mean, so Rudy Ray Moore, he said things that's really slick and real smooth. So you take a Rudy Ray Moore and you take a Howard Stern, and then you mix it with a Sonetta, and then you got Umar Johnson.
Right. And I noticed one thing that he mentions is Marcus Garvey a lot. And you know what happened? There's like a comparison, like Marcus Garvey with the boat, and
Umar Johnson went to school, and we all know what happened with Marcus Garvey in the boat, right? It's like similarities right there with those two things.
I ain't going for that, brother, because I believe that my information is they set Garvey up, and Garvey actually could prove his innocence with that. So just because the court tried to exile Garvey, that doesn't make Garvey guilty. Nah, bro. There's no similarities to Garvey.
Did Garvey ever actually own the boat?
No, but he never said he did. He had stocks. He never said he owned it. He never said he owned it. He never claimed ownership. He was actually he had stocks for those who was in the UNIA and you could purchase stocks. And that's how they end up tripping him up for a bogus mail. I think it was a mail stock certificate or something like that. But now that's a totally different thing. Garvey never claimed that he owned anything. It was an organizational project. That's what that was.
Oh, okay.
Umar don't hold don't have an organization. He just talking. I mean,
right. Because looking out on the surface, it looked like the stories are similar. He owned the boat, but didn't own it. Seemed like, and didn't get nothing popping with it, like how Umar has to school.
Yeah, that was organizational though.
Okay.
That was organizational. You know what I mean? And someone say he insinuated he owned it. You can't insinuate it you own something if the organization own it and you selling stocks. That's not an insinuation. The UNIA owned it. The UNIA was an actual, literal, legal organization. You can't insinuate that. The organization. That's what somebody said. But let me get back to this. I want to get to the daughter part, bro. I'm missing out on that. All right.
Yeah, you cut me off early. GS, you be having them chatting. I get cut off early. You know you're my elder. You know I get the game from you. You know we be networking.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you, I want to get and talk about the daughter, his response. Let me get that.
Okay. Can I mention one? Now,
you can mention whatever you want. Go ahead.
I heard. I don't know if her story. There's always three sides to a story. There's his side, her side, and the truth. So she was on Tommy Sotomayor, whatever his name is, and she was on there just rambling and going astray. So I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, listen. See, this is a problem that I have with social media and we in certain facets of our community. We fail to compartmentalize, right? So, say for instance, Umar Johnson's daughter is ratchet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a compartment. But then we're not talking about her ratchetness or her approach or response to this situation. We're talking about a child psychologist, an influential person on social media, but first and foremost, an educator that neglects his responsibility as a father.
So you think everything she's saying is valid?
No. I'm not saying that everything she's saying is valid. I'm saying that Umar has not proven that he has went above and beyond to be the father that at minimum we expect from somebody like him. At minimum.
Okay.
Now listen, what I mean at minimum, he's saying that he has some paperwork. What does the paperwork say? He's saying that I tried to have a relationship with my daughter. She's saying, no, you didn't. Now, the point that I'm making is when Umar makes these statements, Umar should be able to give something tangible as opposed to just talking. Let me give you an example. We come up in a community, I do, come up in a community where there may be strife in relationships, right? I've come up in a situation where there was strife in relationship with my older children when they were younger. I have actual paperwork, documentation to show the fight that I put forth. Not only did I can show the paperwork, I also can show an active role following and validating the paperwork. So Umar, she doesn't, the daughter does not owe herself, the public, or even Umar Johnson the active role of fighting or trying to have a relationship. That's supposed to be the parent part. You understand what I'm saying? We can say that she's ratchet. Being ratchet may be a product, may be a byproduct of an absent father. Or maybe not having the discipline of the father. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't blame the child.
No, I'm not blaming her.
No,
but
I'm just saying for the public.
You can't just go off of her.
You don't have to go off of her. You go off of his effort. You ain't got to even listen to her. What is his, before she even came out, and we say, where is Umar Johnson's daughters? He has daughters. We always heard that. Where are they?
Right. I thought he was hiding them for their safety.
You have to go off what Umar Johnson say. You don't have to go off what she says. You don't have to go off what she says. That don't even make sense. Let me listen. Did you hear what
I wasn't there for my daughter? And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman.
How long have you known Umar was your dad? All my life. I always knew that was my dad.
So when Umar says,
I wasn't there for my daughter,
he wasn't there for his daughter. He says that.
No, is he saying that, or he's speaking as an example?
No,
did he say that he wasn't there, or that was an example that he was just bringing up?
He says, listen.
And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, Daddy, you're the reason.
He says, I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me one day on these podcasts and say, you're the reason I can't find a relationship. So the whole thing in a nutshell, regardless if the daughter is super ratchet, that's a compartment that has nothing to do with the responsibility of the parent. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
That's nothing to do. She can go on Tommy Sotomayor. She can go on Art of Dialogue. She can go on any of these shows. She can turn all the way up. She can have TikToks, humping and bumping and jumping and cursing and all that. That has nothing to do with the relationship that a child psychologist is expected to have with his own child.
Right.
Nothing, brother.
I get it.
Nothing. Just remember, he's a child psychologist. Even when she turned 18, what effort did he make? Because you can blame the mother before 18. What effort did he make? She says he made none. And then
I think child support goes to 21, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but she has the right to engage without her mother's interference after 18.
Okay.
And she said she has reached out to him and he ignored her. So and she got recent receipts.
One thing he said that sounded like a little red flag. He says the public has my number. I'm like, she should have like a direct number and not the number that the public
listen to the language. When we talk about psychologists, listen to the language he says. He says, this little girl. He names
Baby Smurf and Mama Smurf.
He said this little girl. That's and that's a way of detaching himself from the connection. He doesn't call her by her name. He doesn't say my daughter. He says this little girl, Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf. That is a detaching mechanism. That's a mental detachment. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's really diabolical at this point when you look at the child. Now, listen, many relationships with parents and children can go left at any given moment. I've had experiences too. However, I have enough receipts to show that I initiate things to try to repair problems that maybe my children or my friends' children or people that I'm cool with children try to do something to repair. He doesn't have anything to show that he tried to repair.
Right.
He doesn't have anything.
No, I didn't see him. The only thing he mentioned was the white man paperwork.
That's right. She has text messages trying to reach out to him, and he ignores her. She has that. I got one of them. You understand what I'm saying? He hasn't shown nothing. He said, I got the white man paperwork, but he hasn't shown nothing. He has done the classic Umar Johnson, being able to talk his way around, up and down, and in circles. Remember when Umar got caught with the conscious stripper? Anybody remember that?
I remember that he did a few interviews on that because he got $1 million denied because he was caught up in a scandal.
And listen, he was able to escape total damnation from the conscious community as well as social media by the way of being able to slick talk, sideline a lot of the accusations. Even after the receipts came out with the text messages, the explicit text messages. Anybody remember that? He was still able to say, you know what? Like, he's spending money, he's spending the donation at the strip club, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And people kept donating. So this is a consistent behavior of a narcissist. This is not somebody attacking Umar. Umar giving everybody the ammunition that they need.
Right. No, that's a fact.
That's it. Umar, come on. Every time you see Umar, he hugged up on the sisters in an uncomfortable looking way. Because if that was my sister you was hugged up on, like I see them sisters, I would feel some type of way. I'd be like, sis.
Nah, and then trying to make memes, consciousness over the cookies, politics over the punani. Like, he was getting crazy with it.
Yeah. So yeah, Umar is a character. Umar is a character, and at the end of the day, it's just like Brother Malik said, people going to have to wake up and understand that he's a character. He's just a character. He's in role. That's all it is. He's playing a role. And when people stop buying into it, then it'll fade out. Well, right now, Umar is going to get paid off of sort of conscious blaxploitation. So all of these little shows that he go on that do numbers, then another one going to call him, then another one going to call him, then another one going to call him, and then that's going to run its course, and that's going to be the end of the road.
Right, and like Malik Muhammad said, he made a great point. Like, we have no leaders, and we're always looking for leaders, and anybody could be a black leader.
Yeah.
Like, you know, once you just say the right words, like you were saying, you just say the key words, you just say the punchlines, and like black people flock to it, and you just tap into the emotions, just like Freaky Ricky and Umar.
Mike, no sound detected through your microphone. Why not? Check. It says my mic. Oh, all right. Hold on. My mic acting up. All right. So this is a definitely good show, family. But let me see if I can. Somebody was trying to just call. Let me see if I can get him. If I can get him back on. Okay. Who was that I missed? 11:20. Let me see.
Hello?
Check. Who am I speaking with? I think I missed your call.
Nah, this is me. You called me back, GS.
Oh, all right. Did you drop off?
Yeah. It cut off when I was talking.
Oh, all right. No problem. Hey, bro, let me get into this. What's the name now? We'll be back tomorrow, bro. You definitely can call in tomorrow. Let me get into this. Oh, man. And then Chief X just sent me the receipts. Oh, my goodness, family. Chief X sent me the receipts. Y'all going to love this.
And Malik Muhammad was speaking some good game. That's what I was talking about before we got cut off.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. What you were saying?
We we don't have any black leaders. Anybody could come in and, you know, we follow to them very easily, gullible, naive. for a community, not every single body, but as a group, like too much of us are too gullible and naive. And once person say the right words, like we just flock to it like it's the gospel.
Well, I think many of us, the red flag, see, we don't understand how leadership works. Leadership works from an organizational perspective. So even when one claims that they're not a leader, but they're always trying to siphon goods, services, and money out of the people whom they don't consider themselves leading, that's a red flag. You take Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed said he's not a leader, but he always go to the people that listens to him to try to siphon.
And he behaves like one. He doesn't have to say it. He behaves like one.
There you go. And so the red flag for people is if one does not have an organization with a cause attached to the organization, like what you call a man, I forget what you call it. Oh my goodness.
And I was saying, like, Umar, he spits good game. Like you had told me, like he has to say some truth in order for the people to, like, gravitate to him. Because what he talks about, like the school prison pipeline with the black boys and stuff like that, all that is correct. But like you said, he has to spit real game in order for people to, pay attention. Freaky Ricky, on the other hand, he's just wild and crazy with it, and then you got some people who like that.
Yeah, but in our community, if a person is not organized and they don't have, that's what I was thinking of, a mission statement. There you go, Umar York. If a person is not organized and they don't have a mission statement, that's the biggest red flag you could ever find in our community. Because I know they're going to use the things, they're going to use the things as, they're going to say things like, well, they kill all the leaders. They kill all these. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
They use those type of things just to deflect and remove themselves from responsibility. But in any movement, it takes organization and it takes a leader to funnel the ideals from hundreds, even thousands, and sometimes even millions through the one mouthpiece, the representative that we call the leader. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, let me get out of here with this. So ninth intellect, you are welcome to call in, brother. Peace, Mellow Streets. I got to read these few emails.
Salute to you, DS. You the
man,
general.
thank you, brother. I'm waiting for the receipts, brother. Send me something. I know you got it.
I got you. All right.
Yeah. So with that being said, Chief X did just send me some archive Umar Johnson stuff. He just sent it to me. So we will be touching base with Chief X after I confirm with Malik. And we're going to have some good shows coming up here in the next few days, in the next few shows. Let me get the ninth wonder, ninth intellect. He said, we are calling a 22-year-old woman a child. No, we're not calling her. You're calling her a child. We're talking about, and then you said that she said she doesn't want to have a relationship with him. She says she doesn't want to have a relationship with him, but she does want a conversation. And what would you expect that one from the cradle until she's 22, the one that's supposed to be her biological father, that is her biological father, the one that's supposed to correct her, protect her, and teach her what a real man is, does not take initiative to spend a moment of his time in your life as an infant, as a toddler, as a child. Why would you think that she would want to have a relationship with him? And in fact, much of what she's doing is crying out for some sort of relationship, even if it's just a conversation. So ninth intellect, I don't know if you have any children or anything, but you're not really making it make sense, brother. I mean, you're not making it really make sense, brother. Not at all. You must be Umar. Are you Umar?
Call from
X Friedman.
Peace, family. Welcome to the show. Keep it clean, brother. I mean, we've been all over the place tonight. What you got?
What's going on, Taharko, man? How you doing, man? This X Friedman.
X Friedman. You an X Friedman? You're not a Friedman?
Nah,
no
man. Nah, man. That ain't what it mean. That ain't what it mean.
I'm just messing. What happened? What the Friedmans do to you?
No, the Freemans ain't do nothing to
I'm
me.
just
Nah,
joking.
what it is,
Bro, I'm just joshing. I'm just
oh, I
joshing.
know that. I know that. But what it is that I decided to come up with a name for myself. I used to be in your chat, and then I'm blocked like crazy.
How you
so
block?
I just, get
let
in
me
where I
say
fit in.
this since you say that. Hold on. Let me bring out a disclaimer. Family, I do not block people in the chat.
No, I didn't say you blocked.
No, not you. No. I do giving me the opportunity because I want to tell people what they need to do. I do not block people in the chat. Some people do get blocked, and I have no power over it. Even the mod Cryptonomics has been blocked. My other brother Malik from the NOI, he was blocked. I don't know his channel. I don't know where it's at, and he might think I blocked him. I don't block people. You would have to curse me out for me to actually block you. So if you have been blocked from Moorish World TV, send me an email to huckabay@gmail.com so you can come in here and chat. I would love to hear what you have to say on some of these topics. I do not block people unless you totally cuss me out and is disrespectful to the chat, or if you spam the chat. But so thank you for giving me that opportunity, brother. So email me your YouTube handle so I can try to see to unblock you, bro. Because we like more conversation to get to a more logical approach to how we address these situations. But go ahead, brother.
No doubt. Now, the reason why I came up with the name X Freeman to use on this chat real quick, I mean on the YouTube real quick, is because I decided to use, when I did my genealogical DNA studies, it was so many countries that were mixed into my 2 tests that I did. So I'm like, I can't identify with one particular tribe, one particular country. So I just decided to use the X. And I decided to use the freeman as a representative of the freed slaves and all those who paid the dues that made the people that made me. So it's kind of a respect to my African ancestry and to my American ancestry. So that's where the name comes from.
That's what I'm like. Go ahead now. That's what I'm talking. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. Represent. But what else you got?
Nah, man, I want to talk about Umar, man. I respect people's opinions. And I mean, ninth intellect, he's a Umarian to the fullest.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, his daughter got on there and she, for a little while, she kind of got a little wild and she kind of used some profanity, but you can't hold her to a higher standard than you hold him to. So you can't sit here and say that no, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about people in general, the ones, the Umar folks who going at her, that's trying to defend it. They're trying to find every way to flip upside down and backwards.
But the whole thing about that, brother, her ratchetness has nothing to do with his responsibility.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you. That's what I'm saying. They picking at straws. Like they just trying to find anything they can to try to come back because they can't debate the validity. He tried to, use the get your mama to come here, baby Smurf, and this and that, and then he was like, yeah, but that's my baby, that's my princess, that's the the oldest princess of Pan-Africanism. So once he acknowledged it, then the validity is there for her to say, okay, look, I got my issues with him, and she should be able to vent. But like I said, even if she used profanity, the fact that he uses profanity clears the slate. Nobody can defend him and say, well, she was ratchet. Then you can't go back to her personal. I don't care whether she got an OnlyFans page. That does not have anything to do with the actual facts. That she is talking about he wasn't there for her. He
that's
said
the point.
On statements that he wasn't there for her.
And see,
so,
this is how I'm sorry, brother, but this is how Umar
No. Go ahead. We're going back and forth. Go ahead.
Umar is able to deflect. He will bring up stuff that has nothing to do with the actual essence of the conversation. The essence of the conversation is that you were absent. Speak to your absenteeism. I mean, all that mama Smurf, all of that daughter Smurf, baby Smurf, all of that other stuff is really irrelevant. The true conversation is that you're fighting for little black boys, you say, to have a chance, and you're going to create this school for these little black boys because they are demarginalized because of what happened in the public school system. Now you're so adamant about this. You have raised millions of dollars for this cause. Yet you negate the fact that you are not intellectually or professionally qualified to address your own infant, toddler, teenager, young teen, young adult, adult daughter with a conversation. That's the conversation.
Yep, I totally agree. And the thing is, what's so funny, and this has been exposed by a number of people, that he's using the donor money to pay the child support because he can't afford to pay for it because he don't make enough money. Like he don't have an income. So he's having to use their money to handle his parental responsibility.
And this is the thing. He doesn't work anywhere. He recently started getting checks from podcasts, but before that, they were all donations. So all the years he paid child support, it was those King Kong consciousness isms, or whatever you want to call them. It was
the maniacs, the King Kong cognacs, whatever they are.
Yeah. They were paying his child support because he doesn't have a source of income.
Yeah, nothing. No. He got a couple speaker fees, and then it dried up, and then it's straight donations. Everything he do, his rental costs, his travels, and all the rest of that nonsense is paid off their backs.
Yeah.
So it's just mind blowing the flips and turns and cartwheels that they do to try to justify this dude.
I wonder if Knife Intellect would send his babies to the school to be taught by the most relevant and respected scholar, orator, activist, Pan-Africanist in the world.
In all honesty, he talking all that trash, but I don't think so. Or they talking, I don't know what he is. They want. It's just all about wanting to be trolled. That's all it is.
When I seen Umar Johnson put some woman's panties on IG.
On his Instagram page.
Yeah, when I seen that, that was it for me. I couldn't take no more. I said, what responsible grown man would display underwear on IG for attention? Like you really was one of the little squares growing up that didn't get attention, because now everything you do is for attention. Everything you do is for attention. So,
all of the name calling, the pistachio queens, and then another thing, he kills me with all this. My queens, my this. It's like overkill. I'm cool with calling kings and queens, but when you do it too much, bro, it's almost like Cornel Westbrook to call him my brother, my sister, everybody your brother, everybody my sister. And when you keep saying it, it desensitizes me to it.
Umar sounds like a 20-year-old, a 20-year sentence prison inmate conscious guy with a nice vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all of those little catchphrases, my queen, my king, my newbie, like, come on, man. Didn't that go out in the 80s?
So you trying to say he like Damon Wayans was on In Living Color?
Yeah, man.
That's all. Hey,
he just
that's
doing
all
too
Metal
much,
Music. That's all Metal Music stuff.
Yeah, he just doing too much, because it doesn't take you to do all of that to assist the community in elevating the community that you're a part of. It doesn't take all of that. Come on.
Well, I got one question to ask you, and then I got one more comment to make. But I'm gonna ask you this question first, and then I'll make the comment, and I'm out. What is it gonna take to stop Umar or shut Umar down? I mean, because he right now he's anti-productive to the black community.
Let me tell you, nothing is going to shut Umar down. This is why. The only thing, let me hold up first. The only thing that's going to shut Umar down is stop getting paid from the shenanigans. But because Umar know how to play to the camera in this social media era, he was almost shut down. But now you have podcasters that's going to give him a check. You see what I'm saying? But that is going to be to his own demise, because once he run the circuit of the podcast. Now, when he was doing the Breakfast Club,
and all of that,
and when he was doing what's the other guy, Roland Martin?
Roland Martin show.
That's a certain type of influential podcast. But now he's being pimped out. He's pimping himself out to anybody that'll give him a check. That's going to last.
He's going on the Chitlin circuit now.
Yeah, he's going on the Chitlin circuit, of course, and that's going to be the end of Umar. It probably take by next fall. If he don't come up with a good gimmick, it's over. He's going to be similar to TARIQ Nasheed. TARIQ Nasheed is running out of gimmicks now. He's done. He's done. If you really pay attention,
you've been on these heels for about 24 months.
Dude. Yeah. But the FBA stuff is done. It's done. Like it's not going to progress and build any further than what it has done. So it's done.
Well, that's like the ADOS stuff. I mean, the ADOS stuff losing traction because they ain't doing that either.
Yeah, that's all done now. They can't talk about reparations no more. That was their claim to fame. They can't talk about that they owe this and give us tangibles because Trump ain't doing that for the next 4 years. Ain't nobody talking about that. Trump got other things he working on that's half crazy and off the wall, and all of these test things that he's doing. So they can't talk about that. So that thing is dead. ADOS, Friedman, as well as it relates to reparations. I mean, and FBA, that thing did. And the same thing is going to happen to Umar. He's going to run, as you said, this Chitlin circuit as far as he can run it. People going to get tired of the same old regurgitating of the same old slick sayings. He's going to come out with new catchphrases, and they ain't going to catch, and then it's going to be over for him. That's it. That's it.
All right.
That's it. He's going to do some lectures where 10, 20 people show up, and he's going to ride off in the sunset. He ain't going to stop. He don't know anything else. He doesn't have any experience in anything else. He doesn't have any experience in no school that can, the last time he worked in a school maybe was 20 years ago. So he doesn't have any experience with today's youth in a school. He's not going to work in a school.
You can listen to him and talk, and he used the R word and he used other words, so his stuff is so outdated and antiquated to it's ridiculous. He's out of touch.
That's right. He is nothing more than a social media personality, and when the cycle dies out, it'll be someone to take his place that's more up to date, that's more polished, and they're going to do the same thing Umar did, but they probably won't be able to get that much money because now people are just here to be entertained, and they know that nobody is building nothing. So yeah, he's done. Umar's done. What you was ready to say, brother?
Nah, my comment, I'm going to hit you up and I'm going to email you because I actually want to do some personal conversations that we can't do here. I mean, just with, I like a lot of your political aspects. I like a lot of your community aspects. So a lot of times it's kind of hard for me to communicate extensively on it, but I like a lot of your insight. And I kind of want to link up to you emailing wise and kind of touch base with you and, just kind of, kick some things off of you.
I was going to say, man, hit me up, man, because although I'm on this podcast, man, I got some things going on shoestrings budgets, but they're working, man. They're really, really working. And I just hope that on the political front, I would love to put some political stuff on the ground just to give it a shot with the community.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Do I trust the system? Of course, I don't trust the system, but I do trust my ability and the knowledge that I have to possibly make an impression for us on this system. It's a possibility.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a possibility. I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think everything is worth a try. We're here, so let's give it a try. We need to try politically. We need to build economically. Yeah, we need to build economically. We need to build tangibly, if that's a word. Put something on the ground with some brick and mortar. We got so many aspects that we need to be working on. And it ain't one thing that's going to give us an edge. We need to try them all. So politically, economically, spiritually,
socially, economically,
everything. We need to try it, and if we have if you and I and other like-minded people have an idea that we can try something, then we got to start.
Hey, you know what they say. I'm gonna say
that we can try.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm out. We don't need all of them. We just need a few.
That's it. That's how I live too. So I appreciate you, brother.
Right,
I'll be looking for your
peace,
email.
Man.
Hey, brother, and
all
don't
right,
forget,
later.
Send me your YouTube tag. I want to go back and see.
Will do.
If you're blocked. All right.
Will do. All right, later.
Peace. So family, we didn't did it again. We didn't did it again. I didn't I didn't even. But let's listen to this. Umar say, with that being said, please ask that little girl to stand on business. Ask her mother to join in a three-way conversation about why her father hasn't been present in her life. I have no problem with this conversation being public, but her mother must be present for that conversation. She needs to keep the same energy and bring her mother to the table. She. That's distance himself. Listen to the language. What's the brother name? Ninth Intellect. Listen to the language. Listen to the language. Ninth Intellect. She. Little girl. Baby Smurf. Do you know what that mean, right? Ninth Intellect. That's detaching himself emotionally and mentally. Because when I refer to my daughter, I'm like my daughter. He's detaching himself. It's a psychological thing that he's doing. Now, the daughter could have a battery in her back from her mother, et cetera, whatever. But let's remember that she did initiate the contact. She initiated the contact. In fact, let me go over here. She initiated the contact right here. Let's share this real quick. It says, I'm going to share it on this. Here is where she is supposedly initiated the contact. Oh, what happened? Oh, my bad. Let's put that over here. Here we go. Let me get this contact on. Right here. Peace and Pan-Africanism. If this is in fact my daughter, is there a reason why you're messaging me directly from your cell phone? This. So whatever she said, she sent them a baby picture of herself. And he says, peace and Pan-Africanism. If this is, in fact, my daughter, is there a reason why you're messaging me directly from your cell phone? Let me tell you this. If my sons and I bumped heads and wasn't speaking, and I got a call from my son or a message, I'm like, peace. Where you at? How you doing? You all right? How you been? The last thing I would say, if this is in fact my son, is there a reason? That is not a response of one who has been estranged from their daughter and seeks some sort of reconciliation, or even missing the person, or this is just not the proper response. This is not the proper response. The response would be surprised. The response would be, wow, are you okay? Come on. Someone said, Naps TV, Umar told us 6 years ago that he doesn't mess with his kids. And for those blaming the mother and daughter, why is he attacking his other baby mama, and the child the same way? Maybe it's him. Yeah, so when you read this, listen to the intelligence. She says, this is my iCloud, but my phone number is blank. He says, text me from your phone. She just gave him the phone number. He's supposed to immediately call. No. See, Ninth Intellect, you making straw man calls on this one. He was supposed to immediately call. You don't have to debate to a text. All you got to do is press and call. Text me from your phone. She says, this is Anissa. And then she put the phone number. He says, this is a different number. Why different numbers? Fool, just pick up the phone and call. He got the Ninth Intellect. You say, how GS? Because he got the number. When you text somebody, the number comes up. Just call. Come on, Ninth Intellect. You're not that crazy, brother. Ninth Intellect, stop, bro. Stop, Ninth Intellect. You just call. If I see a text from my son or my daughter, and I'm like, whoa, my daughter, hold up. Boom. Peace, 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 peace. You good? How you been? I'm not sitting up there going back. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ninth Intellect, you seem like you on like number 1 intellect, brother. We're going to call you 1 intellect. I need you to change that. 1 intellect. I'm just playing. You're a Moorish World TV citizen, even if I disagree with your opinion. You're a Moorish World TV citizen. That's right. You still my brother, regardless. But then, let's go a step further before we get out of here. I got a few more minutes. Let's go a step further. Now, Ninth Intellect, you're a Moorish World TV citizen. You've been rocking with me for a minute. I don't have nothing against your opinion. But let's look at this. Let's listen what he says. Now, Ninth Intellect, I want you to rock with this too. All right. Question. Dr. Umar, I'm sorry that you have to go through this. Can you provide, pardon me, can you provide a little insight into what's going on with your daughter right now? Immediately, Umar said, this is a money grab. Nothing more, nothing less. My daughter and I have been in contact with each other for several years now. That don't even make sense because we just seen the text message where he wasn't even sure who it was or was the number legit or fake or something when he could have just called. But anyway, she has reached out to me intermittently for the past 8 years or so, since high school. My number has not changed in 20 years. This was done intentionally so that my children could always be in contact with me no matter what. Each and every time that I have heard from my child, I have asked to see or spend time with her. She has never accepted my request for a meeting in all of these years. Oh, man. And some crazy, all he got to do is call the number. Ninth Intellect. 1 intellect. All he got to do is call the number. Anyway, let's go. This is Umar's response. Now, I must remind you that the daughter says they had no contact. Anyway, as soon as I mentioned wanting to see her, the conversation drops immediately until she decides to bless me with another random text message the following year. I often felt that I was being intentionally played with, but continued to press for the opportunity to meet her. She did once provide some insight when she texts, "My mother doesn't want me communicating with you at all." Currently, she is being completely dishonest and acting like I haven't been trying to connect with her. Every time I ask to see her, she will cut off the conversation. This has went on for nearly a decade. If you're able to text your father randomly when you feel like it, why couldn't you text him a graduation invitation or meet him just once? Now, this is what people are falling for right here. Because some people will get dewy-eyed with stuff like this. But when you listen to the daughter, this seems to be another smooth talk from Dr. Umar. I'm trying to think of the right words to say. But anyway, he says, just 24, 48 hours prior to this money grab campaign of hers, she never mentioned any money, though. That's weird that he would say that, because she never mentioned that. How does she get money out of saying, I want to get in contact with my father so I can know who my sisters are? Because that was the text. That was the original. That was the original. Let me see if I can find it. That was the original. If I'm not mistaken. Hold up.
But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you, and you shut me down. You ignored me.
See, that's that. So she just seems more believable. She does. And with her text message.
You should never be too busy for your daughter. Ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to.
And this is what I don't understand. Where is the money grab?
I guess somehow find my sister on my dad's side. So if you see this, please reach out to me. Please DM me because I want to know who you are. Why do I have siblings out there that I don't know about? It's
So this is what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense. And so he says, my daughter is seeing all the free publicity these women are receiving, sees the opportunity to help herself for some free promotion as well through a slander campaign against her father for views and money. It is a situation is about getting some answers. Why are you bragging about all the views your slander videos are getting? And why are you telling people you have to pay you $5,000 for an interview? But I didn't see none of this, though. Is that true that she's telling she wants $5,000 for an interview? I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Maybe I missed something, but I didn't see that. But it could be true. It could be true, but I haven't seen it. Let's go to verse 2. Verse 2, Dr. Umar. It says, GS, what you are currently reading came after she made several videos saying that she would charge $10,000 for an interview. I looked at all of her videos. I haven't seen that video yet. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, and I'm going to look again. Maybe you can send it to me. Can you send it to me, Ninth Intellect, to huckabee@gmail.com? I'll play it real quick before the show is over. Anyway, Dr. Umar, on the behalf on anyone with a half a brain would have to ask themselves, why all this energy and all this at this particular time? Simple. It is a status and money grab at the expense of my name. A simple crash out campaign for clout, cash, and come up. However, that's not my main concern, as I am sure the YouTubian struggle streaming community is done exploiting, weaponizing my child against me. They will certainly turn on her, as their only loyalty is the popularity of their platform. And at the time when this is no more of a story and no more money to be made, maybe then we can finally build a relationship. She has no idea as to what she's doing, nor of the long-term ramifications of this behavior upon her public reputation. This doesn't even make sense. You need Moochie Bear's help. She's charging money now. Send the receipts, brother. Send the receipts, bro. You making statements, but you're not sending the receipts. All you got to do is send me the link. I can look at my email right now and then go look it up and screen share it. Black Jesus Buddha. It's all over Facebook. I seen it. Send me the receipt so I can play it. Send me the receipt to huckabee@gmail.com. I check my email. I'm about to close out in 5 minutes. I check my email. She has no idea what she's doing. I'm not saying it's not true, but send the email. She has no idea as to what she's doing, nor of the long-term ramification of this behavior upon public reputation. My major concern is why her mother is allowing her daughter to expose herself to the public in this way. I have enemies, real enemies, and they come in every class, color, and culture. I am not an entertainer. I'm an activist. No one should know who Umar's children are and for their own safety. I am an activist who receives threats against my life regularly. Why hasn't she put a stop to this? Are you really going to... See, this. Come on, Umar. All activists' families is a part of their activism. All activists. So come on, Umar. Come on, Umar. That seemed like one of them tactics to try to keep your business out the public. And I see you. I mean, that's fair. But come on, all activists and their families are part of the activism. All of them. Unless they're hustling, scamming, or scheming, because you never see them with family. You never see them with family. I take my family with me everywhere I go. I get threats too. I got my babies, I got my wife, yeah. And I go into those areas where people have threatened me. Because I got the confidence in the Creator. Are you really going to allow your child to interview with these viciously unscrupulous social media personalities who's old enough to be her parents? What honest answers can she... All right, let me get this out. Can she... What honest answers can she offer, as she wouldn't dare expose her mother's role in all of this, and she doesn't know enough about me to offer these haters anything of substance. All she can offer is clickbait. At this point, I wouldn't want my youngest daughter communicating with her until she starts conducting herself as a young lady. She is not an example my baby needs to see in an older sister. I can't believe her mother excluded me from her life to only allow my child to become another social media addict. He's calling her a social media addict. Ain't that what he is? The only thing worse than a parent who plays hide and seek with her child is one who doesn't do a good job at being a parent in the first place. Can you hear? Are y'all listening to this? Press 7 if you listen to this. He says the only thing worse than a parent who plays hide and seek with your child. He's playing hide and seek from his child, but he accuses the mother of that. Come on now. Come on now, Umar. He said this is a money grab. Come on, Umar. This is not making any sense, Umar. This is not making any sense, Umar. You're smooth with the talk, but this doesn't add up, Umar. This doesn't add up, Umar. And if you were a good father and a dependable father, if she is charging for an interview, you should have gave her some of those millions of dollars. And she wouldn't have to struggle stream for interview money. If that's the case, how many millions of dollars have you acquired out of this school grift? And how much of that did she have to enrich her life? Come on, Umar. Come on, Umar. You're doing too much, brother.
Stop playing on me.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me on my podcast.
Stop playing on me.
That's right, global African supremacy.
Come on, Umar.
That gas, baby. Got to have that
I'm
gas.
good.
If you gonna make it move.
Come on, Umar. You're doing too much, man.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me
We
on
ain't
my
no
podcast.
internet problem. We ain't no internet problem.
I'm gone, man.
Internet problem.
It's 12:18 on the EK.
Let me tell you what I do, fam.
Check 1, 2.
I created this.
Stop playing on me.
Stop playing.
The help of my
Stop playing on me. Stop
Stop
playing on me.
playing on me.
Y'all some internet prophets and you need to stop before someone catch you on the block and cock it, or catch you at your lecture and rock your knocking. Yeah,
Stop playing on me.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me. Stop playing on
I
me.
used to be a robber, I was robbing the thugs and the Asians in the hood selling nasty grub. I was only 17 and I didn't know better. Put them things in their face and said,
Stop playing on me.
Stop playing on me.
On my podcast.
At the age of 40 that people will use the things that would annoy me to rob out people like Bibles and Qurans. Take your money and then it gone. You selling plagiarized books and dreams of unity. Blame the European.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me.
Thinking we gon' overcome, but when you cut your camera off, you're really one of them. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well.
Gregory, Anthony Bryant,
everybody from the hood to the
Starlight in the building.
Your books, your herbs,
Crypto.
everybody that is white.
Good night, everybody.
The fact of the matter is you're the
I'll
real
see you on
enemy.
Saturday.
You lying to the people.
We got Malik with Chief X.
But an internet prophet. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the birds with your unks, your crystals, your books and herbs.
Stop
Now they
playing
call
on me.
me the op 'cause I revealed the scam. They will shake your hand and still grip your fam. They say Hotep, peace, black power, shalom. Assalamu alaikum, praise the Lord in Islam. At the same time they plotting to get in your pocket. They will white label sunglasses, cups and watches. Make a profit for the enemy they talk about. I can't understand why you ain't been walking out. You ain't no.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me on my podcast.
Twitter like the pipe and it just ain't right.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me on my podcast. Stop playing on me on my podcast.
Stage and ain't change your plight. Incense burning and crystals
Stop playing on me.
Think to yourself, what you really learning, what you really saw. You gave him your all. He own a museum club in the internet mall, selling deodorant. Hurry up and buy.
Right, global African
supremacy. Broke and you die. You just acting like you don't care either. This is pure evil. Gonna have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I
Stop playing on me.
Well, you can't sleep at night. You don't
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me.
the hood to the burbs with your unks, your crystals, your books, your herbs. You convinced everybody.
You know, listen, as the first lady of
The
FBA,
fact of the matter is you're the real enemy.
I'm good. I'm good.
You ain't nothing but
I'm
an
good.
internet prophet. You gonna have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and
I'm
well,
good.
you
I'm
can't
good.
sleep at night.
I'm
You done
good.
robbed everybody from the hood to the birds with your unks, your crystals, your books and herbs. You gonna have to watch
Stop
it
playing on
back
me.
for the rest
Stop
of
playing
your
on me on my
life.
podcast.
Good and well, you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the burbs with your unks, your crystals.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Everybody that is white supremacy. The fact of the matter is you're the real enemy. You've been lying to the people fat in your pockets. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me.
Stop playing on me. Stop playing on me on my podcast.
you know, listen, as the first lady of FBA,
That's right, global African
And
supremacy.
you supposed to be the foremost authority
gas,
on
man.
all type of manuscripts,
Got
and
to have that gas.
man, you took a
gonna
hell
make
of
it
an L, silly
In
Billy Carson.
Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's a shame.
If this was another genre like entertainment news, this shit would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece.